With nuts and bolts dating back to the 15th century and being used as a standard fastener in almost everything we use in our day to day life, I would dare say that every one of you has at some point loosened or tightened a nut or bolt. There is a never ending number of tools that can be used to accomplish this, but for generations, the two most common tools to turn a nut or a bolt would be the combination wrench or a ratchet and socket. So today I just want to talk to you about these two tools and explain some of the differences in how they work. So we'll start with the combination wrench. This was first patented in 1933 by the Plum Tool Company. Most manufacturers that manufacture tools, they make combination wrenches. You can look in just about any toolbox and you're going to find a set of these in just an assortment of sizes. And so let's just talk about how they work. So you've got an open end and a closed end. The open end, you've got these two straight sides here. And so when you actually use it, you would slide it onto the nut like this. It grips two sides of the nut or the bolt and you turn it. And then you would have to take it off and reposition it and put it back on there and turn it. Now that's the only inconvenient thing about these, is just that you have to turn it once, take it off, put it back on, turn it once, take it off, put it back on. The closed end, they're typically shaped like this. The reason that they're shaped that way is that it actually doesn't grip the sides, it grips all 6 points. With nuts and bolts, they're almost always going to be a hex shape. So they have 6 sides, hexagonal. And so the closed end actually just grips the points, but it grips all 6 of them. And as you can see here, there's actually 12 points in there. That's not for any specific reason other than to just give you another way to grip it. It grips it exactly the same. It just gives you more degrees to work with. And then we'll move on to the ratchet and socket. So here's a ratchet. And with a ratchet, you've got your motion to loosen or tighten. And then instead of having to take it off and turn it and put it back on, you don't have to do that. It will ratchet back, and then you can turn it and ratchet back. And so what you're actually hearing when I do this is teeth inside of this. It's got a little gear in here, and that allows it to grip this way and then slip this way. Or if I need to go the other way, then I just flip this, and now I can slip this way and grip this way. Now this itself isn't going to grip anything. So to do that, we have a socket. And as you can see, inside of there is a 6-sided hexagon, which matches this. And so your nut or bolt just goes inside there. This just goes on here. It locks. And so then you can put this on there, on your nut or bolt, and then, loosen or tighten, whatever you need to do. Now, sockets, they come in all sizes, just the same as wrenches. Like here's just an example that I have here. Here's just a standard set of standard size sockets. So let's talk about some of the pros and cons of combination wrenches. Well, they do work well when there's not adequate clearance above the nut or bolt. So if I've got this in something, some sort of machinery or something like that, and I don't have enough clearance to get this on here, like say I've got something above this and I don't have enough room to get that on there, that's where a wrench will fit, because I don't have to come in from the top. I can just come at it from the side, turn it, come at it again from the side and turn it, and so on. I would say that these are able to withstand more force as far as actual turning force than a ratchet, because inside of here again you have a very fine gear teeth, and although they are pretty strong and you can put a lot of force behind these, it's going to take a lot less to break the teeth off inside here as it will to break or bend this, a solid piece of steel. One of the cons of a combination wrench is that you do have less degrees of engagement because there's no moving parts. And what I mean by that is if this bolt is sitting in something like this, I've only got so many ways I can come at it and actually get this on there. And so, I mean, if I put it on there like this, you can see that the angle that the wrench is at. The next closest way to put it on is going to be like this or like this. And so there's quite a big difference between this and this. Now going to a ratchet and socket, you've got a lot more degrees there because this can rotate on here. So I can have this handle at whatever degrees I need to have it at to actually get to this. Like say I've got stuff in the way here and this isn't just all open and I'm trying to reach a bolt that's back in behind something. I can come at this from whatever angle I need to, and if it doesn't directly fit on there, then all I have to do is just turn this a little bit and I can still come at it from the same angle and it's going to go on there. But again, I've got this at the same angle. Some of the pros of a ratchet and socket is that they do work faster than combination wrenches, just due to the fact that I don't have to take this off and reposition it and put it back on every time. I can just do this, and I've already gotten way more turns out of this than I would have a combination wrench. I've actually got 360 degrees of rotation here. So as far as how fast you can work with one of these, I mean, sure, if you've got all the room in the world above it, then you can just turn this around, but you could do that with a wrench too. So in conclusion, both of these tools may serve the same function of loosening or tightening nuts and bolts, but because of their need sort of being situational, it is typically best to have both of them on hand when doing any job.